Edexcel question 7 predicted paper May 2022 non-calculator. Here in this question 7 we say it's write down the inequality represented on the number line. Now I always think to myself, are there any clues the examiner's given me? They've given me a big arrow there. So all I'm going to do is choose a letter. Normally it'll be written for me. I'll choose the X. I then just copy the arrow because it's quite clearly bigger than this number here, and it's -4. Sometimes you need to include extra ink in your answer and put an equal sign underneath. Sometimes you don't. So the clue we now have to look at is this circle. This circle is not shaded in. They have not used extra ink in the question, so I am not going to use extra ink in my answer. I am not going to include the equal sign. Part B of the question, solve 4y minus 9 is less than or equal to 3. I've just got to be careful with this question. I do see lots of students who change that to an equal sign. Please don't, it will lose you marks. First thing we have to move, the -9, and we'll add 9 to both sides. That tells me that 4y, once again do not write an equal sign, just copy the inequality. 3 add the 9, 12. We're almost there. Now I just have to get y on its own. 4 was multiplying y, 4 times y, so as we move it, it will divide by 4. On the dotted line we can write y, do not write an equal sign, copy the inequality instead, and 12 divided by 4, 3. We move to part C of the same question. It says n and m are integers, whole numbers. Given that n is the same as m, write down all the possible values n can be. We've got to work out which integers n can be. Here, on the left-hand side, I always like to think they've used a bit more ink. They've included the equal sign, so we're going to include extra ink by writing down -3. It's all the numbers between -3 and 2, so it's -3, -2, -1, 0, 1. We do not include the 2 because they've used less ink there. Then we move to what m can possibly be, and I'll swap colour. M, can it be -2? Once again, they've used less ink there. They have not included the equal sign, so it can't be -2, but it can be -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Looking at the 4, again, they haven't used extra ink, so I'm not going to include it in my answer. It does say n is the same as m. The numbers that are in both lists, I will circle them. So the answers to what n can possibly be is -1, 0, and 1.